All right, guys, I left my corporate career and took everything I knew and built $1 million business on the internet in just 19 months. And you can too. My name is Melissa Hinault, and I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs escape the corporate cage and create the business and life they deserve. Too often, building a business can be like jumping out of the fire and into the frying pan. Can you relate? Without the right strategies, you can work tirelessly, feel like you're missing out on life, and not have much to show for it. Even worse, you're no closer to finding the freedom that you wanted than when you were stuck in that job. I'm here to change that for you. On May 13th, I am hosting a 7-day virtual intensive for people ready to build a business that gives them the freedom and life they've been looking for. So how are we going to do this? Over a jam-packed week, I'll spend about 90 minutes each day to reset your strategies and build the clarity to drive the results and profits you desire. First, we'll build a foundation of lead generation and audience growth to connect with the perfect people. Then we're going to grow by implementing an optimized sales conversion strategy that drives results. Then we're going to scale your success with an optimized offer ladder and retain clients for longer. And we're going to do this live with hot seats and Q&As to give you the proven processes to build your dream business without the burnout. Best of all, it's completely free to join. You deserve a business that serves you and not one that you have to serve. And when you have the right strategies and processes, you can create a business that does this. Join me free on May 13th to build, grow, and scale a business that will set you free. Hey. I hope you guys enjoy these, what I'm calling podcast shorts for my Burnout to All Out community. This is just a little peek behind the curtain of the coaching that goes on inside of my programs. We're bringing to you some of the best nuggets and coaching I'm giving within hot seats of all of our different programs, whether it's our LinkedIn Method Academy, our mini mastermind business basics, all the way up to our higher level mastermind. If you're hearing some of these questions and you're like, man, I wish I could get my burning question answered by Melissa. Hey, guess what? You could be featured on my podcast. If you've got a question that you want answered and you submit it to my team and we pick it, we will bring you here to the podcast for our podcast shorts and do a hot seat with you. Where can you submit your questions? Send them to teamburnouttooallout.co. We'll make sure we drop that in the show notes for our podcast shorts. And I hope that you guys find as much value in these shorts as our clients do inside the program. Need some effective tactical advice that actually helps you get results and makes a real difference in your life and business? You've come to the right place. If you're finding yourself here today, it means you're getting ready to gain serious traction in your business, rapidly multiply your income and impact, and you're ready to make it happen while living all out. Guys, I'm Melissa Hinault, your trustworthy corporate dropout turned six-figure business burnout turned happy and healthy CEO of a multi-million-dollar online business. And you're listening to the Burnout to All Out podcast. On this show, we're serving up innovative growth strategies, simple implementation methods to put them into practice, and action-stimulating inspiration tailored specifically for the modern entrepreneur. Let's dive in. All right, Tanya.
Hello, Melissa. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
So my background is healthcare, public health for 10 years. I left in 2013 and had a very similar background to you, and then transitioned to a startup network marketing company until finally landing at Melaleuca in 2018. So very much up to this point have built the network that I had kind of gathered over the first 20 years, I would say. Instagram and Facebook, I think were a good, I never had the true attraction part of it, but people will go and check you out after you connected with that. But it was a good electronic business card, right? So I'm trying to be much more strategic with LinkedIn. I'm really excited to be there. I've dabbled in it before, so I have a little bit of a network built up in there.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, like, I'm already going through a little bit of the month here, and I kind of know you guys have experience working with people with similar background as I do. So should I focus in on like the healthcare, the nurses, the public health that share a similar background to me so that there's relatability piece? And there's a lot of those in transition anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Do you focus in on the open to work folks and maybe work on that connection and really connecting with them and that part of it? And then I've been putting content out primarily about education and e-commerce, more like general, like life coachy type positive things. So first, like where to focus a little bit that gets the ball rolling, or that you guys have maybe found the most success with as far as approaching on.
Totally.
And then last but not least, I've been like putting myself in a tizzy trying to work through stuff fast. And then like I'm halfway in the middle and should I go straight to the networking connecting to really know how to best connect with people that are already in conversation and in that network? Or should I really focus in on working straight through the modules?
Yeah. Okay. Let me address that one first and then we'll go back. Really great question. And I highly recommend for all of you, I know that we're all antsy to grow our networks because that's what's going to grow our business. But if we skip over really being about 80% confident with our profile and how we're representing ourselves, you're really losing a lot of opportunity. Because if you jump to network growth without doing the edits and the modification on your profile and getting really clear with a call to action, what happens is you're growing a network while you haven't fully represented yourself yet. And you're missing opportunity because you're connecting with people, they're coming to your profile and they're not as intrigued and you've totally lost opportunity. And so there's a reason we want you building before driving. You guys remember that from launch? Build, drive, automate, right? We really want you to build your virtual storefront first and get that audit from the team. Even if you don't have the audit yet, it's a level of confidence, right? Like, I don't want you guys to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have my audit booked till next month, but I want to grow my network. Well, that's okay. You don't have to have like the thumbs up of an audit to move forward, but you do need to have gone through the modules in thoroughness and made appropriate changes that you feel confident with before moving on to network growth strategy. That is my 2 cents, because I think you're going to leave a lot of money on the table if you try to jump the gun. So that's that. As far as who you should connect with, this is just my 2 cents for those of you in direct sales, especially on LinkedIn. One of the best ways for lead generation is to connect with people that you have common backgrounds with, because direct sales can be a hard pitch on LinkedIn because people have preconceived notions of it. They're high performers that have high salaries. They think they don't need it, right? But on the flip side, there's also very open, high-performing, high-functioning professionals who have an open mind about diversified income, right? So what I find is that if you really focus on people who have a similar story to yours, then it's easier to create credibility and connection quickly. And that's how I was able to grow the company I grew while I was working in corporate, because people would look at my background and be like, well, shit, she was a director in big pharma. Like, she's had this huge corporate background. And like, if she's behind this, maybe I should take a look, right? But because we had some common ground, they were in big pharma or they were a pharmacist, right? And then when I would get into the DMs, it was very easy to really have conversations about pain points, and the same thing with my content. So I highly recommend that you lead with growing connections with people that you have common ground with, so that you can get into conversation about how things are going in the work environment for them. And when they start sharing, like, you know what they're talking about, you can speak their language, right?
No need to overthink it. Like, that's what's naturally happened. Like, people that thought I was crazy for leaving 10 years ago, now they're reached out and said, how did you make it work?
Yeah.
So just double down. It's fine. Just go where the natural inclination is to go.
100%. 100%. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. My last little bit of advice on this before we move over to Ravonda, this is for all of you. Don't connect with your competitors and don't connect with people that you're financially tied to when it comes to network marketing specifically. So 2 different things. No matter what industry you're in, if you're in coaching, you're holistic energetics, doesn't matter what industry you're in, do not connect with your competitors. It's bad for business. You can connect with them over on Instagram and Facebook, but you're using this platform for lead generation and you don't want them hovering over and stealing your leads, right? So there's that. Number 2 is, especially in direct sales, there's this culture of supporting each other relentlessly with posts and stuff. So everybody tries to be connected. Don't do that on LinkedIn, because then what's going to happen is LinkedIn's going to fill your feed with people from your company. And it's just really bad for business. Support them and be friends with them on the other platforms and tell them, hey, this is for lead generation for me. I'll support you and be your friend and business partner over here on the other platforms, but let's keep our swim lanes clean on LinkedIn, right? I had a LinkedIn expert request to connect with me during launch. And I was just like, no, but thanks. I just know, right? I'll hang out, come follow me on Facebook and Instagram, but I don't want you hovering over my connections and connecting with all of them. That's what people do. It's what I coach you guys to do, right? Is go look at your competitors and see who's in their network and connect with them because they're your ideal niche audience. So we just want to protect our network. It's our asset. Thanks, guys, so much for listening in on today's podcast episode. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming guest in the next episode. You are going to love this keynote speaker. Hey, here's the deal. If you liked this, please subscribe and leave a review. And you want the latest online business growth strategies and exclusive LinkedIn pro tips sent straight to your phone? Text the word update to 704-318-2285. That is, text the word update to 704-318-2285. Can't wait to see you guys. Come find me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like to hang. Cannot wait to hear how you are enjoying and applying what you're learning. You guys reach out to me over on social because I love hearing what's resonating with you. When you reach out to me and you send me those personal DMs, they really do impact the content I continue to bring forward to you. So again, come find me, Melissa_Hinault over on Instagram, Melissa Hinault over on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can't wait to see you guys over there.